Okay, and I think we are live. So, welcome back to Crypto DJ and Zoe. Just watching the markets right now, and earlier it wasn't moving, but everybody's speculating now. Pretty sure all the news has got out about the Bitcoin ETFs. They start trading today, so really bullish on that. Ready to see this price movement. It looks like it went up to almost 49,000. A lot of people are saying it's going to fly right over 50,000. I think before this weekend or by the time the weekend comes, I think it's definitely going to be over 50,000 just to see that kind of wake up to 49,000 that I'm looking at right now. And it's moving around. It's moving around. I know people have seen the news. So yeah, it is official. It is official. So we're going to be watching the charts today. I'm going to bring you guys some news today, making sure I'm actually dropping some alpha in these live streams. Like I said, don't want to be talking about the same things every day. I won't say we'll be talking about new picks every day, but I'll definitely, like I said, that's for the Patreon. And because it's, Patreon's small right now, we're still building. I want, to give the chance for the Patreons to get in some of these picks. But I am going to talk about some different a project today that I'm going to do a video on later that we've been in for. Got it. Looked at it last month. We were in it last month and put another buy alert out for it. What is wrong with me? I should have drank some water. But yeah, so it's just funny to even see how Gary tried to put out this official statement out after he messed up on Twitter. And like I said, I still think that was on purpose. There's no way that was an accident that they put that tweet out about the Bitcoin ETFs being approved. I'm pretty sure he did that on purpose to kind of, stir up the market. But now it's official, and he's put this whole message out. He doesn't sound happy about it. I just think he's playing the game for his friends, trying to scare traditional investors or retail investors out of, buying Bitcoin themselves. And he wants to scare them into, just getting the Bitcoin ETF. Like I said, and that is approved today. Very, very excited about that. I was looking at the list earlier. We talked about this a little bit last night in the stream too. So if your grandparents or somebody in your family doesn't want to directly buy Bitcoin and hold it on their personal cold wallet or hardware wallet, you have this list of Bitcoin ETFs that are approved that they can get Bitcoin through. I know a lot of people are used to the traditional investing, so it's a good look for them. So like I said, we got BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust. We got ARC21 Shares Bitcoin ETF. We got Wisdom Tree, Invesco Galaxy, Bitwise Bitcoin. We got VanEck Bitcoin, Franklin Bitcoin, Fidelity Wise, Valkyrie Bitcoin, Grayscale Bitcoin, and Hashdex. Like I said, I think the most people are probably the most knowledgeable in the space would probably be Hashdex, Grayscale, and Bitwise. And these Arguments too, but these other guys are coming in trying to figure out the game. And like I was talking about last night, how they're just competing on trying to make their fees lower so they can, get a bulk of the competition as far as the ETFs. And also, I was looking at this morning, the India's central bank chief, which makes sense. I'm pretty sure all the central bank people and central bank chiefs are bearish on Bitcoin because they're pretty much saying, it's going to take away the need for traditional banks. Well, my take is if traditional banks were acting right and not giving us spending limits on our own money and telling us when we can and when we can't withdraw our own money, then it wouldn't be a problem. But so they're afraid that it's going to, he's bearish on it. And, they're trying to stop all the crypto trades in India because they don't want the banks to lose the money that they've been making because, that's their buddies. And so they're going to try to make sure their buddies stay afloat. But we're not worried about that. There's a lot of other countries that are going to be having their Bitcoin ETFs because they want to get a part of the action. Like I said, I know Hong Kong is going to be one. So when their ETFs start trading, it's going to be really bullish. There's going to be a lot of money flowing into the space. But a lot of times I know we talk about like lately has been a lot of news just talking about the Bitcoin ETF, which is great and it's very bullish for the space. But a lot of people are not talking about the Bitcoin halving. It's still coming, and that's in like I think it was projected for like April before, but between April and May, but it's coming really soon because we're in January now. I mean, April will be here. After you blink your eyes, it'll already be here. And so I think a lot of people, even that's been in the space a while, don't really understand what the Bitcoin halving is. And on this channel, what I try to explain stuff so a lot of people can understand it. I think a lot of people, when they explain the Bitcoin halving, they talk about the minings and the miners and stuff like that. But like I said, pretty much is supply and demand. So with the Bitcoin, to explain it in simple terms, when the Bitcoin halving happens, just say you have trying to think, say you have a hot dog stand. I know it's crazy, but you have a hot dog stand, and every day, you know, I'm sorry, Ben Smith says, do you think it will pass 100,000 at the halving? Yeah, I definitely think so. I definitely think it's gonna pass 100,000 after the halving. Probably even more. A lot of people say that's too low. A lot of people say it's too much, but I'm in the camp of saying like 125,000, maybe 150,000. We got to see how the cycle flows. A lot of people even say that 150,000 is too low to cycle because all the money that's going to be flowing in. Like BlackRock themselves have what $16 trillion in assets. So it's going to be a lot of money flowing in, especially when those people see that Bitcoin's in the ETF now. It legitimizes it more, so more people will be willing to invest in it, and try to yeah, they'll be willing to invest in it. But with the Bitcoin having, what was that? Hot dog stand. Yeah, that's crazy. So say if you have a hot dog stand in New York and everybody knows that you sell 100 hot dogs every single day. So they know, I got until 9 a.m. and those 100 hot dogs is going to still be there because he's selling 100 hot dogs. Well, let's say you implement something and we'll call it the halving. So what happens is you are only selling 50 hot dogs a day. So now the supply and demand. So, if the demand stays the same, which it usually, the demand for Bitcoin usually stays the same, but it actually goes up. So now that you're only selling 50 hot dogs a day, people know, okay, I got to get there earlier to the hot dog stand because he's only doing half of what he was doing before. There's not 100 hot dogs. So I got to beat, 50 other people there to get that last hot dog. And so it's supply and demand. So when the Bitcoin halving comes, the rewards that the miners are getting, which probably makes it complicated if you're not used to the space, but the miners who mine Bitcoin, or for lack of better words, create the Bitcoin or farm it or whatever you want to call it, their rewards are cut in half. So there's less Bitcoin coming out of the miners. There's less Bitcoin being made. There's less hot dogs being made. So it makes it have a higher demand, which makes the price go up. So like I said, the halving is still coming in, I believe, April or May at the latest, I believe. So the Bitcoin ETF news is great. The halving comes as more news, and get the market running, and more people start hearing about it. And so yeah, we'll get the market going. I'm very excited. I'm excited already. So one thing I always try to tell people, go ahead and prepare yourself now, because you don't want to be like other people who are coming into the cycle late, and after they hear the news about the halving or whatever, and then they come in late. Let me change this view real quick. But so they come into the cycle late, after they heard it on the news and all this kind of stuff. So you want to get your altcoins now, get your good altcoins. And I'm not trying to flood anybody's bags, but listen, get some great altcoins that are going to have great upside. A lot of people try to get, Bitcoin off top. They just, go ahead and grab Bitcoin. But I'm in my altcoins. I see Bitcoin flying, and that's great. And a lot of people say you should have some Bitcoin in your portfolio. I'm a different type of investor. Like the channel says, Crypto DJ Enzo. So I get my altcoins now, and I wait for that money to flow out of Bitcoin into the altcoins, or out of the bigger altcoins into the smaller ones. And I do have some bigger altcoins too. There's a lot of stuff, Solana, AVAX. I always talk about Celestia. I'm going to talk more about that today because it's very important. I got some news I'm going to talk about. But yeah, listen, I tell anybody, if you're on my channel, I don't want to flood anybody's, bags, but the major gains I don't think are going to be in XRP and Cardano. So pack your altcoin bags with something good, sit and enjoy the ride, because there's going to be days when Bitcoin is just running by itself and you think your bags aren't moving. And then you might go to sleep and wake up the next day and your whole portfolio has 1x or gained 100%, which means it's doubled overnight. you have those days like that in the bull run. So it's an exciting time. So pack your good altcoin bags now. Listen, like I said, I always say I came in holding XRP. XRP is how I found crypto, to be honest. Somebody told me about XRP and I came into the market, and I learned more since then. Um, Shay said, "Is it smart to buy Bitcoin now or stick to alts?" Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Right, the type of investor I am, I know a lot of people say, get Bitcoin for security, and if you don't know what you're doing, yeah, you want to get some Bitcoin, something that it's like it's not even a blue chip, it's the granddaddy, the godfather of crypto. So Bitcoin is going to go up. I'm thinking at least 1x. You're going to gain 100%. If you're coming from stocks and you're used to getting 15% and that being high, getting 100% will be great for you to double your money. But me, I'm trying to make that life changing wealth. So I'm in some great altcoins. Some I'll talk about later. And like I always say, hey, join the Patreon if you wanna check out and see what we got going over there. We're got the alpha that we're bringing to the space, and we're get you some more than 100. 100%. We're gonna get you more than 100% if you come over and join the Patreon. But we'll talk more about that later. But this is something I want to talk about. Hey, Eddie. Oh, okay, okay. I didn't even put it together last night. But yeah, good to see you. Good to see you, man. And it's funny. I think Doc would Doc would hate this because he's not the biggest fan of Ethereum. But so Vitalik says that he wants to increase the gas fees, or the gas limit. Excuse me, not the fees, but the gas limit, which means the fee could potentially be 33% higher for transaction fees. He said, the fees haven't changed in a while. And with everything going on right now, I don't know if that's the move that he wants to make, but that's what he says he wants to do. He says he wants to increase the gas limit by 33% because it hasn't moved in a while. This news has been checked out. I think he was talking about it. Yeah, it was on a Reddit AMA organized by Ethereum Foundation research team yesterday, and that's what Buterin said. That he said is the gas limit has not been increased for nearly 3 years, the longest time ever in the protocol's history. So the bull run is coming, and we already know gas fees go up. So this is going to be interesting. But as I always say, this is why people don't realize that Celestia is not just another altcoin that's out there that's like, oh, it's a new altcoin. Like what Celestia does, Ethereum can really use Celestia's data availability to help with this, because it can help Ethereum scale and handle the storage of the data for Ethereum and make Ethereum or blockchain faster. Or like I said, it's a modular blockchain, so multiple blockchains can plug into Celestia. So I think people are going to find out way too late what Celestia is, because that's how everything is. Last cycle, people were hearing people talk about Matic, and it's like, okay, yeah, Matic, but we know Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then when people find out, oh, what's this layer 2 thing called? Then everybody wanted the FOMO and Matic, and the price went crazy. And if you got in early last cycle, you could have got Matic at 1 penny. And we know it's according to market cap, it's not according to the price. So, Celestia, I believe, started around, was it about 300 million market cap? So I knew right away what Celestia was, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be bullish. So Ethereum, like I said, with wanting to increase increase the gas limit, they need a Celestia. A lot of blockchains need it because Celestia helps take the burden off blockchains, so they can just handle transaction fees. It's going to store the data for them, and it just makes it easier. So like I said, Celestia modular blockchain. I'm not going to talk about it too much more because I always talk about it. But yeah, if Vitalik is thinking about doing this, I think they have been looking into it. I will say that I believe that I've been hearing Optimism, which is also a layer 2 for Ethereum. They have been looking at using Celestia for data availability, as well as Metis, which I haven't, to be honest, I haven't did a deep dive on Metis, which is supposed to be a blockchain that I think his Vitalik Buterin's mother is like, she's on the team. She's a CEO or something like that. Listen, I can't study every project deeply, but I have looked around and heard a lot about medicine, people talking about it. But like I said, if he wants to increase the gas limit 33%, people already are annoyed about the gas fees already. A lot of people want to trade those meme coins on there. And listen, meme coins are still going to run on Ethereum, no matter what people tell you. But it could really use Celestia at a time like this if that's something he's thinking about doing. I've heard that they have been looking into it and been interested in it, but nothing has been decided already. Eddie Rose says, when new altcoins come out, are you buying them day one, a week after release? I usually try to depending on what it is. Like one of the altcoins I'm about to talk about next, I bought it when it fell a little bit. I bought it, and it's actually fell another 50%. But I bought a little bit of it at first. I knew the price was going to still fall, and I think I put another second buy alert out for it. Yesterday was when the price fell, and it was the right time because now it shot up. I made a joke that I got a new Patreon last night, and I told them about it, and all of a sudden I saw 3 million like go into the market cap. Like it just flew up $3 million in like 60 seconds, literally. I was like, is this new Patreon a millionaire? Because I mean, it literally. I mean, I told them about it, and 90 seconds later, the market cap shot up $3 million because the market cap is still low. What is the market cap now? I'm actually about to look at the market cap now. Should be around maybe 6 million. And so, yeah, it was down there. I think it was around, yeah, it was somewhere maybe around four or something like that. But it shot up pretty quick, like 20%. But so yeah, when new altcoins come out, I try to wait till they retrace a little bit. Of course, you want to get the best entry. I want to make sure I'm getting the Patreon, the best entry. And here's another thing: I used to be able to brag about it in the bear market. Like we got it at the direct bottom. We bought this altcoin at the direct bottom, but the bull run starting now. And if you do catch something at the direct bottom, like you're a genius and you're really watching the market. It's kind of hard to catch them at a direct bottom, and I try to make sure people know that. Like sometimes you just want to get exposure if you think it's a great project, and not wait for the lowest price. Because next thing, like if I would have waited and not sent that buy alert out yesterday and woke up this morning, it's up 20%. So you like, oh, it's falling. It's going to fall some more. Like a lot of people, get trapped like that. But it didn't fall anymore. So it shot up 20%. And I don't think it's going to retrace to where it was yesterday, but I'm about to talk about it in a minute. Oh, you're talking about Celestia. Where is Celestia today? Let me check that out. I'm about to pull that up right now. Um, Celestia was my baby. I just like I said, I knew Celestia was gonna be great. I looked into that really, and plus, purple's my favorite color. It's the color of royalty. So I like purple, Celestia, what it did, modular blockchain, the data availability. When you tell me that all blockchains can use this particular protocol of blockchain, then I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely in on that. And plus, the partners were great. I haven't looked at the list of partners in a while, but I'll actually go over that in a minute. This 15 range, it always hangs around this 15 range. It just dipped. The oh wow, on the 7th it was as low as 13, but that 12-13 area seems to be about the bottom. And like if you can catch it anywhere around that 13 to maybe $14 range, that's a good range. Like right now we are around the top, but like I said, with the ETFs being announced and being approved, I think the market is going to start running, and it will retest, but I don't know. I can't tell you what the retest area is. Of course, looking at the charts, as we say, you can say that the retest area may be around this, like I said, this 1450 level. But it's all up to you. Like I say, not financial advice. The market cap is around 2.4 billion, 2.5 billion. I fully believe myself that Celestia will go to minimum 60 billion. So that's what I see it at right now. And I think that's minimum. But like I said, I do try to be conservative. So, 50, 60 billion, but it's going to be a project that has some legs in it. It's going to continue to pump throughout the bull run. People are going to be excited about it. You're going to see a lot of more influencers talking about it soon. I remember when I first started talking about it before I made my channel, I mentioned it in someone's comments, and they was just looking like, I know they saw my comment. They were like, how did you know about that? That's when it was at like 229. So yeah, we can wait for retests and see what happens, but you never know. But so the project I do want to talk about now, and it's still early. We talked about this in the Patreon last month, and I know I do have some new people in the Patreon, and I want them to, be able to get it. But it's for some of the older Patreon, and that's why you got to get in the Patreon as early as possible because you never know what I'm going to talk about next and stuff. So This one is Artifact Metaverse, and I saw a lot of bullish things about this project. I'm sorry, I just saw a little notification. I'm going to see what Bitcoin's doing. Yeah, that's what I thought. So Bitcoin is in that. It's in that discovery area. Here's another. Let me talk about this real quick. I'm gonna get back to the project in a minute. But here's another thing. For one, none of us are gurus. Be careful of YouTubers or influencers that try to just tell you they know exactly what the market is going to do. There's so many things that I could speculate on this cycle, and I know I'm gonna get back to the DGen Alpha, but one thing I have been speculating hard on, and to be honest, we know institutions, even though they say they weren't, were in last cycle, and you had the market manipulators, but I am of the belief now that these people were so happy with the 5 and 10 and 15% they were getting in the stock market, that they're going to be taking 5 and 10% cuts every chance they get. So like I said, I know this is a bull market. This is how it always works, but it's more of the mindset that I've been of, that like they are happy because they're just getting their little 100% as they go, 5% here, 5% here, 5% here. So that's why you're going to see these drastic movements in the market, and I feel like it's going to be much more drastic with the ETFs and everything and the institutions in the market this cycle. I know a lot of people are more excited about more money coming in, but you never know how that's going to look. So, like I say, you got to be in the right patrons, have the right group of people around you so you can really understand what's going on in the market. But back to Artifact Metaverse. Talked about this at the Patreon a month ago and put out another buy alert yesterday. And with my channel being small, we gotta kind of show the people we got the information out there, and I'm not gonna say that, but yeah. So Artifact Metaverse, it launched on Ape Terminal. There I go. It launched on Ape Terminal, which is a launch pad they've been doing really well lately. The projects they've been kicking out. Hold on, let me make sure I'm looking at these questions too. You said I convinced you to go ahead and get some Celestia. Oh, you said Eddie said you were talking about the brand new coins yet to be released. Oh yeah. Um, yeah, I try to wait till they retest because I want to do the whole private sale thing, but it just all depends because you got to realize when they launch, a lot of people did get into private sales and all that kind of stuff, and so they will probably, some of them, even though it's a good project, they just dump the tokens right away. Maybe they want to put their money in something else. There's different types of investors out there, so I don't think it's smart if you're in a good project. I want to hold on to it so I can get as many gains, but everybody invests different. But I try to wait a while. Um, but Artifact Metaverse launched on Ape Terminal, which is a launch pad that's been doing really good lately. The projects they've been launching, they've been getting really good returns for the private investors, even though haven't been really in that space. I say that Artifact, and right now, I'm sorry, let me talk about the market cap right now is about, I believe it's the way I did the math before. I think you just divided the fully diluted by 7, if I'm not mistaken. So it's about around a 6.3 million market cap right now. Is 45 million fully diluted, and so this project here, it looks amazing. I saw one thing I didn't like about it, but we'll talk about that later. But this project is it looks great. I want to cannot maybe I'll just put this on a loop for now. But it's a metaverse project. Obviously, it's in the name, and so Artifact is, to me, is like a mixture of GTA, which is Grand Theft Auto, if you don't know, and Fortnite, as you can see. So it's got like this Grand Theft kind of thing going on. Where, but Grand Theft. Well, I haven't played it in a while, but you have that one character you play it as. But this is like a metaverse play where you can play as yourself or different avatars and different characters. So you're not playing as that one character or those two characters that GTA has. So it has that Fortnite element. You go around and killing people. So the game modes they have death matches. They have team death matches, which is like, that's really huge when you're talking about these types of games, like coming over from Call of Duty and all that kind of stuff. So it's got all those things. It's like Grand Theft Auto, Fortnite mixed with Call of Duty, team death matches. They have the battle royale. They have the NFTs, which are NFTs are actually your avatars, like the game characters you're playing with. Same way we were talking about with Illumia. So your avatars and your characters are NFTs. The clothes are NFTs. The skins that they wear are NFTs. The weapons, the lands, the vehicles. that they're driving. Everything's pretty much NFTs in this metaverse game. And there's not too many metaverses that I really look at. There's three that I'm really focused on. One is Wilder World, which is a higher market cap right now. And Wilder World looks great. I mean, it looks great, like high realistic, kind of like the movie Ready Player One. Looking forward to see some more gameplay for them. And of course, ZTX, which I already talked about on the channel, which is huge in Asia. They already have their metaverse is already going. It's called Zepeto. It's one of the biggest metaverses, like, around there with Fortnite and what is wrong with me now? Roblox and all that kind of stuff. So Zepeto, ZTX, the same company. And then now this third metaverse, which is Artifact. Like I said, the NFTs, everything is pretty much NFT in this game. It's built on Unreal Engine 5. The gameplay looks great. What they're striving for is an interoperable metaverse, and a lot of people are interoperable is huge this cycle. It was speculated on last cycle, but a lot of people are implementing it this cycle. Like I said, you got the portals, you got G Swift, who is a modular blockchain like Celestia, and other game blockchains can plug into Celestia, or they can create their blockchain on Celestia. I'm not sorry, it's not Celestia. Excuse me. Game Swift. I'm sorry. So interoperable is a huge thing, this cycle. And so they're trying to create an interoperable metaverse, allowing users to transfer their avatars and their assets across different platforms. So it's not just on one blockchain. And one of my friends sent me a text. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure, because I was trying to get acclimated with the live thing before. But I'm trying to, make sure these lives have some alpha and stuff in them. So people get some good information. I do want to talk about what's going on in the market and the news, which is important. But yeah. So like I said, this is at a 6.3-ish, 6.5 million market cap. They have a lot of great backers behind them as well. I'm going to do a deeper dive on this and make a dedicated video to this. But they're also in this metaverse, they're going to have events. Like they're going to have like fashion shows and concerts. Because I know even in Zepeto, Ariana Grande did a concert in Zepeto. So this is a real thing, and people actually showed up. It was actually an event. And I know some of us are older. We're like, who's going to do this? But you got to realize younger kids and some people our age, like they really enjoy this experience, especially with the Apple Vision Pro coming out and all this kind of stuff. There's going to be, virtual concerts. There's going to be AR concerts. When we get to AR concerts, listen, virtual concerts are one thing, but when you have AR concerts and it's like the people are standing in your living room, that's going to be a whole nother level. And so, like I said, Artifact is doing that. They have events like concerts, fashion shows, esports tournaments. On their roadmap, they have to get on PlayStation, Xbox, iOS, and Android. So they're not just aiming to be like a PC game or just a crypto game that's, like on the computer where a lot of people start, which is nothing wrong with that. PC gaming is huge. I build computers, and a lot of my friends build computers for the purpose of, gaming on their PCs. So, but the fact that they're looking to get on consoles like PlayStation, Xbox is huge. They've been audited by CertiK. Their exchange listings are amazing. They have OKX, KuCoin, Bybit, HTX, formerly known as Huobi for you that are just coming back in the cycle, Gate.io, BitGet, Mexi, and I feel like Binance is coming in the future because I think they have a Binance partnership. So, I mean, to be listed on these types of exchanges this early, and they get on a Binance or Binance or a Coinbase later, this is going to be huge. So like I said, they have partnerships with Epic Games, which is huge in the gaming world. Binance Smart Chain, Altura, which is, Altura does interoperable NFTs, which is a great gaming project that a lot of people are bullish on. York Street Capital. I didn't get to find a list of the full list of VCs that they have backing them, but they do have a lot of good backing. Like I said, if you can see the exchange listings they have and the other partnerships that they have, it's great. And I don't want to say the last thing that I think is really bullish on it, but if you know crypto gaming, you probably know what I'm talking about. I think they're part of a certain group. So Eddie said no one is talking about brand new coins yet to be released, so we're all good. Separate. Oh, okay, yeah. So that's like I said. We're going to talk about that stuff in the Patreon and make sure everybody's up to date on that kind of stuff. Shay said the game looks cool. Do you think this is the best entry point? I think the best entry point was probably yesterday. Listen, this stuff can always retest and go back down. But I think yesterday was a great price. It was around that $1.50 range when I put out the buy alert. So I think that was probably one of the best entries. But yeah, it's a great looking game. And last thing I'm gonna say, show you here that the Twitter following, it has a great Twitter following, following of 286,000. A lot of the people that I respect in the space are following this project. Like I said, they were launched by Ape Terminal, and a lot of influential people in the space are following this project. So, like I said, here it's on. I put in the Patreon a month ago. We got an entry, and I think we got the best entry yesterday. But yeah, it's a great looking project. 6.5 million circulating market cap. The fully diluted is still 40 million, which is low. So I think it's not financial advice, but I think it's a good time to get in this project. Hopefully, no funky stuff. I will say on the website, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like that they were talking about the price so much. I'm gonna go back over here. Um, let's see if I can. What is their homepage? I think it was here near the bottom. They were speaking on. But they listen, they are getting around. They've been in Dubai, talking to different. Oh, sorry, these are all the NFTs. I guess I should have showed this earlier. Try not to make the live too long, but they had some really good looking, unique NFTs. Like I said, I'm gonna do a deeper dive video on this later. This shows all the game modes they have, which I should have shown, but the death match, the team match, the control. They have the battle royale. The NFTs do look great. The game looks great as a whole, and the RD token, and like I said, these are their partners that they have, like Epic Games, Binance Smart Chain, which I said I think that's a really not guaranteeing, but I think it's going to be a Binance listing later. These are all their partnerships. They have some really great partnerships, and like I said, Epic Games and all them. And but this is the part. It's it's so. They're kind of talking about if it gets to the market cap of Sandbox or Decentraland, which it's cool to give people a picture of that, but I don't want them to be paying attention so much to the price. I want them to be focusing on the gameplay, but the game does look good. This is the team behind it, so the team is doxed. Like I said, I think it's a great project. So yeah, I want to try to make these live streams shorter, get some alpha in there, and listen, check out the beginning too if you're coming in late. So you can see what's going on in the markets. It's good to know the DJ and stuff and the low micro caps and like, oh, I'm going to pump my bags and get 1,000x, but know what's going on in the market and how it works. So you're fully prepared the cycle. And, you have the euphoria now, everybody's saying they're going to get 1,000x and become a millionaire, but definitely make sure that you know what's going on in the market, so you don't get messed up. And one more time, I'll play the trailer so you guys can see that. Like I said, this game looks great. So we're going to make sure we bring some alpha to the streams, bring you some new projects, not just talking about GFAL and Myria every day. Listen, GFAL better do something because the competition is getting thick, and Myria as well. I like what Myria is doing, but like I said, I got a big bag of Myria, but there's other projects coming out, and I want to make sure if you're coming to my channel that you're getting some new projects that you can make astronomical gains on. Because I know I already made an 8x on Myria, so I know that those gains that I'm going to get are, you may not get those full gains. Myria still can do 100x, like I said, but I want you guys to get those projects that you can get that full 200, 300, 400x. And like I said, it is really my goal to try to make sure everybody gets a 1,000x. But thank you for watching my channel again. Try to keep this live short. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Got some alpha in the beginning, seeing what I talked about, what all India's central bank is trying to do with stopping the Bitcoin ETFs and all that kind of stuff. The halving is coming. So the Bitcoin ETF news is great, but the halving is still coming. The price is going to skyrocket when the halving comes. Go back, and if you don't know what the halving is, go back. I explained it earlier in the video. Prepare your altcoin bags now. Make sure you're not waiting to see what the price is going to do. That's why you get in early in the cycle. We still got a good ways to go in this cycle, I believe. This cycle could be shorter now because we did start pretty fast. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, thanks for watching the channel again. Hopefully you got some good alpha out of this. And